Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, this is one of those where you couldn't make it up. Now, as you see from the thumbnail, this is a Starmer video. We all know what he is, don't we? Children, eh? We found that out yesterday when he was at the St. Ledger. And he's also many other things, which I can't talk about, of course. But he has finally realised that the whole of Europe is moving to this, oh, migrants are bad kind of position. And he realises as well that that is a vote winner for those parties, not so much for Labour, who wants to bring them all in and destroy the economy. But even he knows now, because of all the backbenchers sort of ganging up on him, that he's got to do something. But what to do? And then he has, ping, the light bulb moment, and he knows exactly what to do. He's had the best idea ever. What he's going to do is round up all the immigrants, put them on a plane, and fly them all the way to Albania. Now, obviously, he's going to have to negotiate with Albania. He's going to have to pay Albania lots of money. They're going to have to agree to do this. They're going to have to build compounds. That seems a waste of money, really, when you consider that the Tories have already done all of this, but they did it in Rwanda. And those compounds now are being used by the Germans. So Britain paid for them and the Germans are using them, because everyone knows that that's the best thing to do. But now he's saying, oh, let's send everyone to Albania, because that's much better, isn't it? Keeping these people in the same continent rather than the continent they came from. Odd, innit? Very, very odd. But you've got people all over Europe doing the similar thing. They're all of a sudden saying, no more migrants. Obviously, Hungary has had a long history of keeping them out, which is why there's not one single mosque, I believe, in Hungary. Poland's much the same, and that's why Poland's got very low crime rates. Cyprus, similarly, they do have a lot of Turkish, but only in the north, but they've got very strict lines. But generally, don't get much migrancy into Cyprus. But others are now following suit. Germany, as I say, are shutting down the borders. They're temporarily, and by temporarily, we mean almost certainly permanently, pulling out of the Schengen Agreement. So there will be border controls. Italy is looking at much stronger. And what's her name? Giorgia Meloni. She is looking at much stronger controls and pushbacks. And I believe, actually, the Italian, either Deputy Prime Minister or previous Deputy Prime Minister, is looking that he may well be sued. Some EU officials are trying to sue him because he refused to let migrants come in on a boat. He's saying, oh, he broke laws, and the Italians are saying, no, national security is more important than whatever goes through the minds of these bureaucrats. Which, of course, they're right. So anyway, Italy are fighting it as well. And now Holland, who previously had been, I shouldn't call them Holland, Holland's a region, the Netherlands, who had previously been very welcoming to immigrants, are also saying enough is enough. They, too, are bringing in border controls and asylum laws, which are going to be not just the toughest in Europe, but possibly the toughest anywhere in the world. They're very close, thanks to Geert Wilders, to actually pulling out of the European Convention on Human Rights. And if they do that, they may well be forced to leave the EU. And the EU don't want that because the Dutch are one of the big payer-inners. I don't think the Dutch are overly bothered. I think the people wouldn't, care particularly. They could maybe join a union with the Brits, couldn't they? And then Ireland could pull out and get rid of their problems. And while the Irish government seem to be still welcoming in the invading army of young men of fighting age, the people are less than enthralled. And there's, I'm going to say, the possibility of some kind of uprising or rebellion in Ireland over this. The Irish are not noted for putting up with shit, especially from governments of any flavour. So who knows? Keep your eye out on Ireland. I think that could be a bit of a tinderbox. But all over Europe, this is happening. Borders are going up. Controls are being put in place. And as I say, even now, Starmer finally realises something has to be done. He doesn't like it, but he knows he has to do it. But why Albania, for God's sake? Why not Rwanda? Send them back to Rwanda. Now, I know a lot of them come from Rwanda, they're Middle Eastern, but at least they're down that way and they're a long way away. And by the time they walk up Africa to get and have another go, well, they'll be a bit tired and maybe won't be able to paddle across the channel, only to be turned away and flown straight back to Rwanda. Of course, it's easy. You can just stop it tomorrow. Just say, right, I'm not paying the hotel bills anymore. The hotel owners, they'll have those people out in minutes, gone out. And if you're not paying them, money, don't give them any money. Nothing. You get nothing. What is it the Germans are doing? Bed, bread, and soap. And boy, a lot of them need the soap. But that's all they're getting. And so they're all leaving Germany. Where are they heading? Well, where do you think? So, yeah, there we are. So the whole of Europe moving to the right. Of course, now we've got this Marxist leading Britain, and even he is now finally having to tell the truth. So last night, he flew out to Rome to meet with Meloni, the Italian Prime Minister, and to discuss Italy's solution to the problem. He didn't discuss it, but he won't do it. He hasn't got the balls to do it because it would take a brave man. And we know he is anything but. He's a coward. Moral, vacuous coward. Spineless, ballless, bagless. There's nothing. He's not even a human being, really, is he? But he'll sit there and he'll look like that and go, yes, must do response with nod. No, shake head. Because there's a guy sitting in an office in Petropavlovsk, operating the Kia droid from his PC and make droid stand, droid walk to door, and that's it, because that's all I see him as. He is just a little Kia droid. A Kia droid, not queer droid. That'd be something else. But he might learn. Italy have got a great thing, though. Migrants come in, migrants go back out dead quick. What's the chances, eh? Nil? Not quite nil. Well, let's be fair, not quite nil, because there are still one or two in the Labour Party who are prepared to stand up and say no. But I wouldn't put it much more than about 5%. And that ultimately is sad, isn't it? Because it means the other 95% are just sycophantic, arse-kissing yes men who don't have the balls to stand up to this Marxist prick and say no. So they're complicit. And when things happen, they're still complicit. But they'll deny it. Anyway, we'll finish there. And yes, I can feel my cold's getting worse. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I will speak to you very much later. Bye.